What's going on YouTube? Eternal Red Gamer here, and I'm here with another video. It's a Gravity Circuit video. Gravity Circuit Enthusiast. It is finally here. Let's go. Patch 1.1.0, the patch we've all been waiting for, is now live. It's PC only, so console gamers, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. So they did apologize for the delay on that. You will get your present soon, probably in the new year. But for us, PC owners, let's get into the patch notes. Let's look at some of the new palette updates, and we'll actually get into some gameplay and find out where everything is. So let us begin. Alright, so to make things easier, so if you'll notice right underneath the data chips, you'll see a purple chip. So there are 12 total palette chips. We're gonna turn speed and road mode off for the time being. So you can actually do a new game, or you can continue off of a game you already have. There's gonna be one palette chip because you are the palette chip. So we're just going to pick up where we left off. Alright. So before we do this... Yes, Master Kai, yes. Before we do this, let's read the notes. Alright, patch notes. New features, a new boss rush mode. Guardian Corps HQ now features Combat Memory Bank, a computer which lets you refight any of the game's bosses at your leisure. Good for practice and chasing record times. Long story short, boss rush mode. So something that's different. So normally what you would have to do after the last patch is you'd have to grapple or use skills to get up here to get to the training dummy. But actually they've added these platforms right here. It's kind of hard to see, but you can actually land right here. You can grapple yourself up. So on the left hand side here, this is where you're gonna actually see the boss rush mode. So you're not, well, here, look, registration complete, Gravity Circuit, yes, you'll get in here. So you'll only be able to fight bosses that you've already beat. So these are gonna be all in the numeric order. There's gonna be a time slot. Also, you see the little coin up, or this medal there. Medals are gonna be if you, I guess, didn't take any damage. And then you have the Colonel fight, Commander fight, and then you have the combination Colonel / Commander fight back to back. And then you'll have the full gauntlet, which is all the bosses in one row. And then you have the shuffle gauntlet, which is going to be all the bosses in a random order. Not sure if Colonel or Commander get mixed in between that, or if they're always going to be on the back end. So you're pretty much, going to pick whatever fight you want. Now, there's a really cool background in each of the stages, which is really nice. And you're just gonna do what you normally do. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Wiggle, 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 yeah. So when you're fighting through the gauntlet, you actually get a little bit of health. You can get all these. So what I would highly recommend is, if you want Repair Enhancer, you can get more health. So you're gonna get like 4 pips of health each time. And what I also like about the boss rush mode is it'll actually go right into the next boss fight. It's not going to have any like intro or like delayed period. It just goes right into it. So because we have Repair Enhancer, this would actually do 6 instead of 4. You can get all this, and then your timer on the bottom is going to be your boss fight. The timer on the top is going to be your fight progression through the entire gauntlet, and then boom, right into it. I thought I messed that one up. And of course, you're going to want, probably rather than catch block, you're going to want to have energy absorber. You want energy absorber and energy multiplier, so that way you can max out as far as the energy that you're gonna get a little bit of health, and that's your fight. Also, what's funny, it says quit simulation. It doesn't say exit level anymore, which is neat. Alright, next section, armor paints. Prim. She's the nice, beautiful painter here. It's a painter that hangs out in the Guardian Core HQ, offers swappable armor paints allowing further customization. These armor paints bestow new abilities or effects, so give them a try. So in order to get the palette swaps, you have to find each palette swap chip, and then you have to purchase them to get the palette swaps, which also have new abilities. So we're going to go out, look for those in just a moment. Quality of life additions, loadout swap. So you can press a button quickly to swap out loadouts on the fly during gameplay and unset and empty loadouts. So pretty much what this is right here on the upper right hand corner you see loadout 1, loadout 2, loadout 3. So essentially you'll have a loadout saved, and when you swap loadouts it's going to be empty, so you can pick whatever loadouts you want to do. You say, okay, I got these bursts attached here, and then on here you just on the fly just switch your loadouts. Boom, new loadout. Boom, new loadout. Pretty self-explanatory there, but it's actually really cool quality of life enhancement in the game. Hookshot, slide. Both of them have pre-mapped buttons that you can select, which is extremely helpful if you actually are having difficulty trying to multitask, pressing a bunch of buttons on the fly. You can map a button specifically for slide. You can map a button specifically for a vertical hookshot, of course, aiming it straight upwards. Control mapping, you can now map mouse buttons on PC. Huge quality of life update for those that like to play mouse and keyboard. Effective timer, this was actually something that I, as well as some others, recommended, but this was an idea that was big for me. There's a toggle setting, of course, to turn the game's timer on and off. So down in the bottom right, you have that effect timer turn on. If it's turned on automatically, what it actually does is it allows you to have speedrun mode automatically turned on when you boot up the game. So before you boot up the game, you say, okay, start game, and then on the very bottom, it'll say speedrun mode, and it will be turned off. But if you turn it on with the effect timer on, it will automatically stay on every time you boot up the game, which is great, so you don't have to constantly toggle it on and off. Burst techniques, cycle kick, reduced costs, surface render, reduced costs, gravity freeze, affected area increase, damage slightly increase, piercing drill. The chain portion damages enemies, not just the tip. That was a hard trick to actually pull off. Flying strike, fixed an issue in speedrun mode where it was possible to skip acquiring this technique in the beginning, but you can still buy it. That's funny. Gameplay, passing through platforms. Here's a really nice update. Kai can now gain sprinting speed while holding run or having inverse, which means run is always turned on. When dropping through platforms, so used to drop through platforms and your momentum would stop. Also, I've noticed is actually when you run into, say, a checkpoint, and the checkpoint's right here, but you run into it, sometimes you would run into it, you would jump, and then it would be a slow jump. But now you actually keep your running speed, which is nice. Hop kick, the up air attack button or up kick button, is actually a few frames faster, which is nice. And telefragging with Kai struck by a hazard. This is actually really cool. This is actually something that I think is a really nice update. I'm browning. So what would happen is if you would actually go right here and then you spawn, you're immediately going to destroy any enemies that you are landing upon. Before, you would land and you would get some iframes, but if you were stuck on an enemy, you would immediately get hit. But now, if an enemy is in your path, they immediately explode and die. So that's just a plus. There's no downside to it outside of you losing health. Really cool thing that they added for gameplay. NPC data chips cost 100 instead of 150. This is nice. Also for 100% speedrun modes, this is going to actually be very helpful, so you don't have to double back and get extra monies. Stage changes. These are little bugs and fixes. You could skip over certain checkpoints or mines. There is an area where you can actually go into corners of certain walls, and you would just glitch through them. Guardian Corpse, the extra platform to hit towards training facility up top. We'll go into that in a second. Additional platforms adding to make reach in the training room. Yep. When the dummy is hit, the training room was inoperable. Yeah, so you couldn't leave the room while performing combos because it would do this weird glitch thing. Localization for Chinese and English. Past dialogue had a couple typos. Yep. Speedrun mode, we went over that. cool performance, and some nice cool packages for holidays. Look at this shady character over here. I don't know what his gift is. He's going like that dog from Wacky Racers. If you don't own this game, go buy it now. I dare you. Go support the game. It's freaking amazing. Okay, so now we're gonna get into the palettes. All right, let's get into the palettes. So first, let's go visit our palette princess. So in the Guardian HQ, what you're gonna do from the level stage, you're just gonna go left one screen and she's gonna be right here. She's gonna have some nifty dialogue. You're gonna talk to her. She's gonna say hello. And depending on where you are in the game, she has a little bit of different dialogue. So right now we've already beaten all of the circuits. So she is saying, hey, I don't know what to do. I need to paint. You want me to help me paint? You do hero business, right? I will paint you. So she's not going to show me anything because we actually need to go get our first palette. So let me show you where they are. And then I'm going to show you how we're going to use them. So first off, we're going to go upwards to the right. To the training dummy. Beep, beep, boop, boop. Palette number 9. Now that we have our first palette, she's going to show us the entirety of what we can do. This is your palette. You are a heroic red. Balanced red. Look that makes collective burst energy more effective and efficient. Elegantly iconic. So, here's the first one. Fading Onyx. What does this do for 500 data chips? It makes you take more damage and look cool at the same time. You are pitch black. All you do is take more damage. That's literally all it is, to be dark. Alright, second data chip. Go into the boss fight room. In order to get this chip, you have to beat all the regular stages. And then you have to do the full gauntlet. Also, if you fall down right after beating them, you're not going to take any damage. Just like in the real game. You know what's interesting about this crystal fight in comparison to the regular game? You actually don't fight the bosses after each one because you already have fought them. So you're just fighting the crystal portion. Which can be kind of a pain sometimes. Make sure you have repair enhancer on the back end. So that way you get some health back before you fight Commander and the other Colonel boss. This stage is so cool. Look at how cool it looks. Purple and green. Oh, do you like milkshakes? I like milkshakes. Put them in the blender. Alright, there you go. You beat up everybody. It tells you the order you beat up everybody. And then, congratulations. You get a palette chip. Congratulations, again. You've completed the combat memory bank. To commemorate this, we will give you a chip. Chip numero 11. Now this is the ultimate prize. We will save that for a little later. Yeah. Right, first, we're going to go to Ray's stage. Alright, this is the beginning of the stage. Everybody knows how this works in the speedrunning community. This has been the first stage. So you're going to go to the far right. You're actually going to go upwards. And what is this? There's a crack in the wall. And we're just going to do one of two things. So you're going to hop your way and then swing very carefully. When I say very carefully, you're going to be very carefully. Or, you know, if you have an ability, whatever, you can figure it out. Swing, bada bada, swing! And there you go. Palette swap number 1. Alright, now we've got our other palette swap. Hot-headed red. A burnt red. Hey, you're too fast. Burnt red look that enables use of float beam. Costs 1,000 currency. Oh, look at that animation. Ah! Ah, in my eyes. Ah, don't get in my eyes. Let's see what it does. I show you right here. When you are jumping and you press the dive kick button, you normally go down. But when you press the dive kick button and you hold it, you shoot a ray beam below you. Now you can't stay in the air the entire time. You can go left and right like this. And if you actually are above an enemy, you will dive kick on them when you touch them. But if you hold it, you'll eventually continue to descend till you hit the ground. Alright, so pretty much this is how it looks. And you can do it infinite amount of times. See? So as soon as you hit a box or an enemy that you can dive kick for, you're essentially dive kick on top of them. Just like that. And this is how it scales on a boss. Pretty quickly. Not very effective. Wouldn't recommend using that on a boss. That was a moonwalk if I ever saw one. Right. Junkyard. Trace. Let's go hunting for some pallets. Alright, you're going to hit this checkpoint. You're going to go whee over the spikes. Alright. You're going to continue over here until you get to this section. You're going to pick up the health if you need it, and then, wait, this looks interesting. And crack in the wall up top. And what do you know? We have more platforming. Now you gotta be careful because you actually cannot grapple this. So be careful. Alright. Draining Ray, a spooky gray look that makes you melee burst techniques that drains foes' health. 1,000 currency. Long story short, when you do a burst attack, you will heal while the enemy takes its normal damage. Typically, it's going to be 2 points of health. Alright, take note, I'm in the pallet. I'm going to take some damage. I have catch block on, so it's fine. I'm going to use my regular Flying Strike attack. I have 4 pips of empty health. Flying Strike, I gained 2 points of health back. I'm going to use Gravity Dash. I gained 2 points of health back again. So something to keep in mind, not all attacks will heal, and not all of them will be exactly the same amount of damage. So for example, if we're going to use Psycho Kick, let's go to this enemy. 1, 1, 1. Slowly increasing the health there. But what if we do something such as Hardware Barrier, for example? Pull. Nothing. I gained no health. It was a burst move that didn't actually do anything. Killed the enemy like it's supposed to, but didn't do anything for my health. But if you do something like, what did I do? Burst Spark? See, 1 pip at a time. So experiment, see what you come up with, what you like, what you don't like, and then, you know, take advantage of that so you can actually heal again when you're doing certain attacks. Blade stage. All right, very, very important. If you haven't done this, always rescue the puppy. Non-negotiable. All right, you're gonna do your normal stuff. You're gonna go here. You're gonna break some ice. You're gonna climb and climb and climb and climb and climb. And this looks funny. I don't remember there being 2 of these things on the wall. You're gonna come in here. If you have function overload handy, break, 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 and there you go. All right, what does this do? This is gonna be probably one of the cooler ones as far. See what I did there? I made a pun unintentionally. It's gonna be one of the cooler ones, Calming Blue look, that enables sliding while in the air. So it's essentially an air dash as a slide. So jump and then press the jump button again, and you're going to do this really cool gliding animation. So it's a slide but in the air. If you have function overload handy, you will do 2 jumps and then you'll do this move. Fun fact, when you're doing this, see, 1, 2, and then dash, you can immediately turn around when you first initially activate it. Like this. But after a split second longer, you can't change it. Right, so after the first checkpoint, you're just gonna come to the right. Whee! And you're gonna go straight up right here where the shield soldier is. If you have a fancy magic attack, you can do this. And here's your palette number 4. Pretty simple, right? Die. Electrifying green, a shockingly green look that makes you release bolts of energy when you attack. 1500, so it's a better palette swap. And it has a little bit more utility, which is why it costs more. So when you do consecutive attacks, when you do your follow-up punch, you shoot a green orb like this. When you do an up kick attack, you're always going to kick 3. And when you do your doubles, it's going to kick 3 more. Of course, you can hold the button and do like this. And when you do your dive kick attack, you're always going to have 3 shoot in a diagonal pattern like this. So you can mix and match. And that's how this is going to be. All right. Highway stage next. Green orbs, go! So, fun fact. These green orbs are not going to do anything for these rockets. They will not stop them. They will not move forward. Good luck. Oh, you want some more green orbs? Go! Alright. A couple ways you can do this. You can go the long way from right here on the final cart ride. Or you can do the gangster way. So once you get to the very top up here, where your car would normally be, you're actually going to go upwards. Just to the right. Right before the end of the stage. Straight up from right there. If you've gone towards bit, you've gone too far. Speedy Teal. A swift teal makes you move faster and slide longer. 1,000. Alright, so what does this do? It makes you run faster. Now you run almost as fast as if you had function overload. But another thing it has is an infinite slide. All the way until you reach a platform or a wall where you can't go further anymore. Whee! 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 Aww. Alright, we're in the city. We blend in with everything. Whee! So we're going to go towards the back end of the stage. I'll see you in 2 seconds. Whee! Oh, whee! And then you're going to get where the set of springs are. You're going to go up here to the left right here. And of course, you're going to jump over this. You're going to hop over this. This is not where the pallet is. This is where you're going to get the second dog. It is mandatory. Get him. Alright, so you're going to make your way up towards the very end. You're going to get to the part where you're going to have all of these speakers you got to dodge. You're going to go all the way up here, and right here, very subtly, is a broken wall. And you're going to not do that. Don't do that. You're going to swing. You're going to be careful because if the speakers emit their shock waves, you will drop. Like that. And that is palette number 6. Don't forget to say hi to Medley on your way out. We are made for each other. We make beautiful music together. Oh, also one thing to note. When you have this palette swap, if you have function overload, it does not make your slide faster, and it does not make your run faster either. It is not stackable. Function overload is going to be slightly faster anyway than your normal run, and your slide is just going to be the normal speed. Next up, Playful Blue. Energetic blue look that turns you and jumps into a damaging... What is that? Pirouettes? Moves. We'll just say damaging moves. For 1,000. Now you have a light blue palette. So what this armor does is every time you jump, you do a little dance spin. A little twirl. So with this armor, it's pretty much going to do 1 damage while you're in the air. It's not very stackable, so it's not like you'll just twirl and then you'll do 2 hits like a combo or everything. It's 1 jump is 1 hit until you land. Now, if you have multiple enemies, it'll hit both enemies. It'll break boxes pretty easily. It'll break walls, so if you don't know what walls are breakable, it'll break them right away. If you have double jump, it's 1-2 quick ones. Where it may be handy is in a stage like this with function overload. Rather than having to run and punch, you can just jump, jump, jump. Now, it does not work against these weight bricks. You still have to punch them or slide on them to make them break. Do a little dance, break a little box, get down tonight. Yeah, yeah, get down tonight. Oh yeah, nothing can stop me now. Woo! Dance with me, papi. Couldn't handle me. Okay, so we're done dancing for the most part. So in ore mines, you're going to get to this checkpoint right here. Where right here, you're going to have to break these walls to crouch or slide under. You're going to go up top here. You're going to break a few of these bricks. And then right here is a roof that breaks. So here, you're just going to go past this one. And that's where you're going to get your pallet number 7. Almost there, ladies and gents. Heavy. I thought that said, yeah, it does say orange. Almost said it. Drange. Heavy orange. A powerful orange look that makes you feel heavy, increases the hook shot length. Hold down to fall faster. Watch what you stomp. I'm poop. So, what this does is it has an extremely long hook shot range. So as you can see, I'm on the edge of this platform, all the way past the window. But if I'm in any other pallet, it's much shorter. So this is great for grappling onto enemies when you actually have extra enhancements. This will be a really good tool. What it also lets you do is grapple onto ceilings from a much lower angle. Couldn't do this before. Look at this. Just grapple straight up from the bottom there. Also, when you hold down, you actually have this stomp ability. Whether it's high on the ground or low on the ground. Holding down gives you this stomp, and you can damage enemies when you do it. So the stomp may be effective like this. It stuns enemies. Certain enemies it will stun, like this. But on a shield enemy, for example, one stomp will break the shield. Or get the shield to come loose, I should say. So I can show you again. Just one stomp right next to it. Boom. Also, when you're dive kicking, you don't even have to hold down. It'll automatically stomp. And the screen shakes when it happens. So anytime you dive kick on an enemy, it stomps. As you can see, that enemy actually took a little bit more damage and fell down a bit more too. Alright, so you guys know about this one, right? You come up here, you have this rescue, and you have this enemy. We're gonna stomp on you. Ha! Ha! Nope. Now, what if you were to do that again? This looks a little suspicious. What is this? Blue marker. Suspicious indeed. Orange marker. So you have to hit the blue and the orange one. The blue one so you can get through here. The orange one so you can climb up to here. Or if you already have something like Gravity Dash, you just boop right up there. Also, don't forget to go back and hit the blue switch, because otherwise you're not going to be able to progress through the level. It's also good to note that the stomp will only work if an enemy is touching the ground or is near the ground like this. Otherwise, the stomp will not be pulled off, and you'll just take unnecessary damage. Furthermore, since we're in Hash's stage, the stomp will do only 1 point of damage to the keys, just like a regular punch or hit will. Get out of here. How dare you laugh in my face? Stomp you. These kicks do twice as much damage on bosses. How dare you lock me in a box? I will punish you. Stomp, stomp. So literally, as we're streaming this, they just added a post mini patch 1.1.0a. Following the patch from yesterday, which it's 1 a.m., so that was yesterday, here's a little small addendum to update. Fix a game crash when emergency accelerator ship is equipped taking damage. Fix a game crash when certain armor paint against a specific boss's attack pattern. Fix an issue with double tap to run. Wasn't working properly. Fix an issue where one of the armor paints allowed hitting the healing chamber in Guardian Core HQ in unintended ways. Fix a small typo in English. Gotta remember to use a spell checker. Yips. Change comm so that you cannot access him immediately after clearing the opening stage. This is to fix an issue where Wrecker Tank may not spawn properly when refought versus the comm. Come back later when you have visited at least one other stage. Oh, that's interesting. An error beep will play when you try to step into the platform on the room. Fixed a potential soft lock where if an enemy is off screen upon Trace's defeat, the enemy survives to clear all enemies on screen. Check Trace's defeat does. This was not introduced by 1.1.0, but rather a bug that nobody has noticed until now. Okay, neat. Alright. We have Hash's palette. Scheming Pink, a slick pink look that makes you capable of phasing through obstacles. Press up and jump. So essentially the way this works is you're going to be stationary on the ground or in the air without moving. You're going to hold up and then you're going to press jump. And you got this timer. That wasn't supposed to happen that quickly. So you hold the A button to continue phasing through like this, and you can move it around in all directions. You get about 1.5 seconds. You can phase through enemies, you can phase through platforms. You're essentially going to be moving around and doing it like this. And then you, of course, you have a cooldown timer, which is about, was it 5.5, 6 seconds. Now what you can also do is, if you're moving in the air, you're jumping in the air, if you are moving left or right, it's not going to work in the air. If you are stationary and then you press up and A, then you can do that. Another thing to note is when it's over, you will automatically pop up and you will do a hop. So this can be taken advantage of in certain situations where you can't reach, and then you do a little hop to get up to a certain place. Hey, remember one of the new things that we learned in the patch notes is if you fall off an edge and you land back towards an enemy, it insta-kills them? Fun fact, with this move, if you are next to an enemy and you pop out of it, it also insta-kills them in the same fashion. Pretty neat. Oh, what? Zombie? Oh, not afraid of you, zombie. Not afraid of you at all. Oh no, beehive! Done. Psst. Psst. Come here. It insta-kills crushers too. Oh my god! What a move! Wait, you didn't believe me? You want to see it again? Oh my god! Ooh boy! It can save you in a tight spot too, just like that. I'm in a super tight spot! Oh no! Oh yeah! Alright, pass through lasers? No problem. Worried about spikes? No, well, it's not a problem until you actually come out of the bubble. Doop doop. Pass through more lasers. Oop. Don't forget the pop out. Pass through more lasers. Oh, get the health. Laser beams causing you trouble? Don't forget, pass right through it. Kill enemies on the way out. One thing that this move cannot do, pass you back through little slide crevices. Doesn't work. Alright, so once you get all of the circuit palettes, there's 2 left. Now, I did this on another save file and I went back to a new one. So it gives you actually a couple hints. So purpley blank. I wish I could have taken a closer look at that robed fellow before he left towards the ark. You mean that robed fella that gave me all these cool moves that I had to spend all my hard-earned money on? What would he be doing in the ark? Alright, so you're going to go to Arc 1. There's a specific spot that you're going to find this palette. It's very well hidden. It's not in plain sight. You're going to have to use your imagination. You know, just roll through the stage like you normally do. You know, you don't have to do any of these super techniques. Oh, we're flying. We are flying. Oh my god, we are flying through this stage. You gotta watch my speedrun tutorial videos for more information on how to do that. Alright, so you're gonna go through here. You're gonna jump over here. You're gonna go down here. And you're gonna watch out for this laser beam. And wait a minute. Something feels funny. What if I were to slide through the laser beam? Was this even possible before this patch? Who knows? But this is how you're going to get the pallet. And you slide right out of there. And carry on. Dad, I want to play catch, Dad. Dad, can we play catch? I don't want to play chase anymore. Here, Dad. Aw, you threw it too hard, Dad. Here you go, Dad. Oh, Dad, you were supposed to catch it. One more, Dad, one more. One more, Dad. Catch it, Dad. Catch it, ready? Oh my goodness, I love you. Yeah, I don't love you anymore. Catch the ball next time. Alright, now that we have that palette from Niga, let's read it. Stained purple, a worn purple look that allows you to grab blocks off the ground. Grabbed objects can be purged to power up the next burst technique. What? Mysterious latent powers. 3,000. Color me, baby. Oh, yes. Nice. Not in the face. Hit me in the face. Beautiful. Stroke me. Stroke me good. Just like that. Yes. Alright, so we are a beautiful purple color. So what does this palette do? Well, just like Niga did when he was playing catch with his son Kai. You're going to hold down, you're going to grapple into the ground, and you're going to hold it. So when you grapple into the ground, you grab a brick out of nowhere. And then you can throw it. You could also throw cancel on it to get extra height and momentum. And this is actually going to do damage on all your enemies. So I'll show you. We need a big target to hit. So once again, hold down, grapple into the ground. Oop. It can be from anywhere that you can grapple into the ground from, but you have to be stationary on the ground. You see it does 2 damage. Now, if you have this in your hand and you press and hold the attack button, you see that it actually explodes in your hand. Essentially, you're going to power up a burst move. So I'm going to do Flying Strike. Flying Strike normally does 3 pips. 5 pips of damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was a lot of damage there. I think that was 7 pips of damage. So some burst attacks will do more damage than others. Ooh. Background changes when you use your palettes. That's pretty cool. Absorb it. Do a burst attack. Flying Strike. Nope. Gravity Dash. That did 5 points. What's my other one? Support Platform. Dang! How much did that do? Can I not die? Wait, is this a glitch? Can you not die in this pallet? Alright, time out. Time out. I need to confirm with the dev. Dot Ant?
A few moments later.
Alright, sorry for the pause there. So, I found a bug with this palette swap. So I kind of found it on accident. So here's the thing. So here, let me do function overload so I take more damage. So when you're doing the Niga fight, right? When Niga gets whittled down to the end of the second health phase, Niga will come back with a last resort option. And it actually happens when you're about to die and does the same animation without the gravity squeeze and whatnot, or the gravity dash. So you have one more attempt left. And apparently if you heal or hit a checkpoint, it restarts. And you can only do it, I guess, once per stage or once per attempt. But it's super cool that that is actually a nod to the Niga fight. But interesting enough, that's so much damage. But there's a bug right now where if you have catch block turned on while you're in Niga's palette, you will not die. So what it does not do is it doesn't activate last resort. Instead, you just tank hits forever. Now, I don't know if you activate last resort and then switch to catch block if this works. But this is essentially a glitch specifically to this palette where you just won't die. So the dev said, enjoy it while it lasts. It'll be in a future patch, but they're not worrying about patching it right this second. So let me see if we were to have last resort first. Ooh, I didn't notice that the spikes were moving at the top of the stage like that. Neat. So much damage. Alright, now we're going to switch to catch block and see if we still die. We do. So it's before you activate last resort that the glitch happens. Very interesting. Interested indeed. Alright, so after you complete boss rush mode, you get the ultimate palette. Ultimate blend. An all-encompassing look that just mixes everything together. All-powerful yet fragile. 5,000. It is a red hot. Like this is supposed to be... No, that's not red hot. This is just red. This is like super fiery red hot spice. What it does is it combines all the palettes into one. So every single one of these abilities all put together. The biggest thing also is it has fading Onyx, which also means you're going to take that that damage increase as well. So you're going to have your slide wee, and then you're going to have your jumps here, your extended hook shot, you know, playing catch with daddy. And of course your teleports, all your attacks right here. And then what else do we not do? Oh, you're gonna get that extra health back from using bursts. Oh, yep. And then you got this, and then your stomp. So after doing your boss rush, which you're only gonna be able to do boss rush after you complete the game, because you have to defeat all the bosses. So it is essentially a post-game palette that you're going to get, because you're not going to be able to unlock these two until after every boss has been completed. So for those that want to do New Game Plus, you can earn this palette chip, do New Game Plus, and then you'll start the game with all the palettes combined into this armor set, which is super nice. And there you have it. So again, as you can see in the middle here, next to the money, the purple chip with the 12, so you have all 12 palettes there. In total, in order to get all of those, you're actually going to need about 18,000 coins, bitcoins in currency there to purchase them all. So that is the update for Gravity Circuit. I appreciate you guys all stopping by. If you have a chance, give me a like, give me a sub on the channel. It supports. I just recently hit 100 subs, so this is more of a celebration of me actually getting that milestone. I wanted to get this video out as soon as possible. I might be the first one to upload this for this update on YouTube. So I hope you enjoyed it. Also check out my other videos on my channel. I do have a few speedrun tutorials for this game. I haven't completed all of them. I'm about a third of the way through, so look forward to those as they come along. Again, thank you very much for stopping by. I will see you guys next time. Utona Red Gamer out.